Hey everybody, Vaughn here with the Vonster vlog, and welcome to what day is it? 140 of a year of yoga. So we are just gonna be spinning some poi today, maybe doing some balance practice because dog knows I need it, don't I, Z dog? He said, "Yeah, mom, you're falling over all the time. It's ridiculous." So let's start with our poi in hand. I'm just holding them a little wider, a little narrower actually than shoulder width. Let's stand nice and wide, bringing our arms overhead and shifting from side to side, getting a nice stretch through the side body. I want to thank you guys so much for carving some time out of your day for yourself and joining me here. Not quite on our mat, but I think you get me. Just 215 days to go till we've completed our year of yoga. Now, with my arms up over my head, I'm actually practicing tucking and untucking my pelvis. So, anterior and posterior tilting, just really almost as though we're doing a little bit of cat cow. Now, from here, let's go ahead and get started with, I hope I have enough space. We'll get to find out though, won't we? So we're just going to be spinning to the front. So from over, and as we do this, let's go ahead and come up onto one leg. So that's what we'll be doing. Let's go ahead and count together and let's see how far we can go. So 1, 2, 3. I've lost count already. So that was at least 20 repetitions. Let's go ahead and step off of our veil poi. And I'm going to ground down through my left leg and other side. And it's okay if you start to fall out of the posture. You know what I really ought to be doing? I haven't been wearing my Fitbit today because I try to take like a day or two off a week just to give my wrist a break from having a little rubber band on it. But also to remind myself that my existence is more than what is quantified through calories in, calories out, steps taken, blah, 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 etc. Sometimes it's nice to just exist without holding myself up against a ruler, though other times it is nice to collect that data, just, because I enjoy that. But so my step count isn't going to be correct for today, but I am going to use the timer because it's really, really nice to not have to count. We can just do our thing. So let's do this for a 1-minute timer. And let's do that same thing again, but in the other direction. So we will actually be going from below to behind us. Now be careful because this one is one that if you get your thing crossed, it will clock you in the face, but that's all right. So for 1 minute, let's see if we can balance with our left knee up. Woo, we can do it. It's okay if you're wobbly. It's okay if you need to come out of it for just a sec. But keep it going. Don't give up. We can also, while we're balancing, focus on isolating this movement more into just our wrists. Or we can do it with our whole arm if we want. Just explore the variations that can be accomplished here. Hoo-wee. Okay, so that was a minute on that side. Hot dog. And let's do a minute on the other side. Don't forget to breathe. Like my standing leg is all crampy, my arms are getting tired, I feel wobbly. It's okay though. Observing without judgment. And if you're just out, you can practice just alternating knee ups. Woo, which I think might be what we do for the next minute. What we'll be doing, we won't be doing knee ups, but let's do an alternating side step where it's like we're coming up from behind, but alternating which one's in front. And then we can take that, oops, ouch, and have it happen in front of us. So let's go ahead and do that for a minute. We're just stepping from side to side. You can put a little hip in it. Whoop. And if you get tangled, that is okay. Just come right back into it whenever you're ready. And if you don't like doing it in front of you, you can keep them off to the side and just do a little bit on the diagonal. It always gets to a point whenever I've set a timer that I'm like, did I set the timer? Because this seems like a very long minute. But let's keep going. And there's the timer. Hooey. Okay, let's practice one-armed for a moment. So I'm going to set my left poi off to the side. We're going to restart the timer for a minute, but we are just going to do where we do helicopter like this for a full minute. You'd be surprised how it's almost like doing an isometric hold, but with a little bit more coordination, just maintaining that muscle, like that, the integrity of your form, not hitting yourself. And we can actually add in some fun little like spins and different dancey things if you want to do here. And it's a nice opportunity to give our left arm a break. So 1 minute, go. And we could be very just in the wrist. I recommend doing this quite high because if you make the center circle smaller, you're going to have a tighter spin. Whereas if you spin at maybe your elbow, you're going to get very different effects. And I think it's very fun and cool to experiment with making a nice big, slow, and just exploring that alternation between you can just really hopefully enjoy yourself. You can do a little bit of side stepping, just side to side, step, tap, step, tap. And I always find myself like T-Rex arming. It's like, I don't know what to do with my other arm. So if you don't know what to do, just make like you're running your fingers through the air like it's water. And sometimes that can be really fun. 1 minute, other side. I had this side coming in towards the center, so I'm going to do this side coming in towards the center. But it's whenever we practice these drills of just a particular movement and exploring all the slight nuances that we might find in there is strengthening our muscle memory for whenever we are maybe out at a festival dancing or just enjoying ourselves to some music. It builds up our repertoire of muscle memory movements that we can then embrace a kind of flow. And it's just so much fun, I think, to just hear and see and feel the veil going around me. Whoop, timer's up. Now we will go in the other direction with our right arm. So instead of coming around into the center, we will come around from the center out. And we can still just keep jamming with it. Get really nice and big. We can make little corkscrews in front of us if we want. But it's really a good idea to just keep this going. It's back whenever I used to perform, again, predominantly I performed hoop, but I would incorporate some veil work. And the last thing you want is to have if you're doing maybe a 15-minute, like a 3-song segment, you don't want to be getting tired at like the 6-minute mark. So it's a really good idea to, I like to train, I would train for at least an hour continuously and make sure that I was conditioned enough, again, swinging from the center to the outer edge on the left arm this time. But I wanted to make sure I was conditioned enough that the performance would in no way be challenging as like cardiovascularly, or like my muscles wouldn't be super tired. And that way I could give it my all. And the end of my performance wouldn't be sloppy. And I've always practiced with the intent, even if it's something that I never intended to perform, I practice like I'd be performing it. So whether that's with music or dance, or whenever I'm wire wrapping or making art, woo, that's all right. These things happen. But yeah, I'd want to practice it the way I'd be performing it. Well, hey, Sam Dog. I do hope I started the timer again. I just like watching the colors of the veil. Hey, little buddy. How's it going, man? You all right? Okay. Now we have another timer going. And for this 1 minute, we are going to do a bit of a corkscrew. So if you're not quite there yet, just keep doing a helicopter on one side and then coming down into the corkscrew. So I guess we'll just do it one-handed for this first 1 minute segment. And I'm just doing a little bit of where it spins, like you could practice spinning down here at the bottom. And then bring it up and over into a helicopter. And then we're just going to be alternating that. There we go. And if you don't have poi, you could just hold like a scarf or like a gauzy curtain or something just in your hand and still get a very similar effect. So there we are. Let's go ahead and do that on the other side. So we're going to be spinning, hey Sam Dog, down here. And then coming up overhead. And then practice that alternating. He trusts me too much, I think. I don't know if he's in frame. I hope I'm in frame. Shoot. But we're just going to be, and we can practice having it be off to our side like this, or we could practice it being in front of us. Sam Dog, who's my puppy? Ouch, there's my tummy. And just keep on keeping that movement going. Sometimes whenever I feel my muscles get tight, I'll just hang out down here a little, maybe tuck my elbow in to take the pressure off of my deltoid so I can relax for a moment. But again, I want to keep that movement going. Okay, so now for this next 1 minute, we will be doing both. So we'll swing them around and then just kind of alternate. And I feel a little cramped in this space doing it, but quite frankly, if my stuff can't survive me, then maybe it needs to pass on. So that is what we will be doing. Oops, let's go ahead and get the minute started. And again, I've got both of my hands, and I'm going to lead with my right and then come around with my left. There we are. And it takes up significantly less space to do this without the veils on, but it's so much fun. Why would I want to do it without the veils? There's not a thing in my house that I can't super glue together or figure something out to, though I don't know why I say that, but our TV, the very first like nice TV that Randy and I bought, I whacked like in the first month across the screen with a hula hoop. Now this was like 15 years ago, but still. And so it like just had this line of darkness across the screen for to this day. It's actually the TV that we have in our niece Abby's room up in the attic where she stays when she comes and visits. Okay, so there is that one. And now we'll do a minute in the other direction. Now, one side may come a little easier to you, but it's important to practice both sides, to me at least. And you can go nice and slow. You don't have to be whizzing around, because we can practice going quite fast. This is about as fast as I go. I don't want to freak the dog out. I think this would be really fun with some flag poi. Alrighty, guys, let's get a nice stretch all through our arms and shoulders. Stretching to one side and then to the other. Let's go ahead and put our poi down on top of the pile of clean laundry that I need to put away. But we're not talking about that, are we, Sam Dog? No, we're not. Inhale, bringing your thumbs towards the wall behind you, flipping your hands over. Exhale. Oh yeah, wrapping around. You can do talk to the hand, kiss the ring. Inhale, open. Exhale, bringing the other arm on top and stretching. There we go, you guys. Thank y'all so much for joining me here today. And I will see y'all here tomorrow for day 141 for a year of yoga. So until then, you guys, keep on keeping on. Bye.